In my hand, I have a ball.
I just love the game.
I've never been a millionaire, but I've lived like one all my life.
I made the right decision going to teaching because, the old saying, those that can do, those that can't teach,
I'm not going to go to university. I'm not one for the books. I had no academic passion at all, so to speak. So I decided it was going to be golf.
After Nelson Mandela was released, things in South Africa were changing, and you saw the opportunity of changing your life completely by getting involved in the rules side of the game, becoming a rules official on the Sunshine Tour. What gave you that idea?
Well, that came by when the two bodies merged, the TPA, which was the Tournament Players Association that belonged to black players, and the PGA itself, when the two bodies merged in 1989 and became one body. So we were having these meetings nearly every week on Monday, with Dennis and the committee. Bobby Lincoln was the chairman of the players committee and so forth. And seeing that we were merging, so a question came up that would any of the black guys would like to become rules officials? And late Bernard Khansi was our chairman. And that particular day, nothing happened. But after the meeting, I spoke to Bernard Khansi. I said, you know what, I would like to try that. I would like to take that position. Because in any case, I've got 3 microbus taxis, and to be self-employed and play more golf and whatever, but it's not really doing well because I got to get people to drive these taxis and the bumping the cars and whatever. So, one time I met this taxi with the same color like mine, and I said, oh, this taxi looks like mine, but this one is really messed up. Look at the dents on it. And the next thing I look at the registration is my car, which I never really see it much. They come in the morning, 5 a.m., take the car to go out, because they park at my house. Take the car out at 5 a.m., and then you'll come back at between 8 and 9 to come and give the takings of the day. And by then I'm sitting in the house already and whatever. And so that's the routine. I never really saw the car. And I was really shocked to see this car, the condition of it, So then I told Bernard Khansi, I said, now, Bernard, I would like to take up this position. And I was 47 years of age. And I realized, I thought, if I take this job now and work for 3 years, get myself back on my feet, work for 3 years when I turn 50, because golf is still me, it's my life. And then I will go and play in the seniors, So the next meeting, Bernard brought it up and whatever, and they said, fine. Then they took me up at, as you know, those times were the difficult times in this country. I had, every time there's a word, an English word that I start hating very much is, are you sure? Every time I give a ruling, are you sure? So I started hating that word, are you sure?
How did you get the respect of the players? Because, obviously now it's a new South Africa and everything is changing, and now predominantly white players. How did you get their respect?
I got the job. And I think I got the job because of my color, not because of the qualifications. It's because of merging the two bodies.
Yes.
And that's how I got the job. And then I realized that I don't want to stay with this job because of my color. I want to be good at this job. And I started every night, I would sit with my wife and show her the decision book. I said, now, this is the questions. These are the answers. Now, you ask me questions, and I don't want you to stay with one rule. Jump all over that side, this side, and then I'll give you the answers. Unfortunately, they won't be exact the way they are written down there, but you'll know whether I'm right or wrong. You know, and that's how I did it. I did it day in, day out, Dale.
So it was a lot of hard work.
Oh, it was really, really hard work.
But it was worth it, eh?
Oh, it was worth it. It was worth it. Then I went to write. It wasn't long that I was with the PGA, and then the Royal and Ancient was coming to Zimbabwe, and then we went to Zimbabwe. But at that time, I didn't know much. You know, I remember calling one of the examiners, and I said, you know, I need help. Am I on the right track here? We're writing the exam, and he stands there, he looks, he says, well, as far as I'm concerned, I think you are on the right track. And then what happened, the results is I failed. When I failed, and things happened, 1992, I get an invite to officiate in the BMW Germany. And I went out there. Then the big one, 1994, I get an invite to officiate in the President's Cup in Virginia, a golf course called Lake Manassas by Robert Trent Jones. I had not passed my rules exam yet. And I went there with different feelings. I'm saying, I'm glad I'm going there. Well, what happens if they find out that I haven't passed my rules exam? I might be back in that same plane, back to South Africa, you know. So, and I got there, and I was never asked whether you passed your rules exam or what. And I worked my first President's Cup. Oh, when I came back home, I really studied. Oh, by the way, I met, because President's Cup is a match play.
Yes.
The same one of the examiners who was out there in Zimbabwe, I saw him there, and we introduced each other, and I said to him, do you remember me? He says, no. I said, well, I do remember you. I was one of the people who was writing the exam in Zimbabwe. He says, oh, great, did you pass? I said, no, I failed. You know, so I said to him, look, I need your help. He says, what can I do? I said, in South Africa, there ain't too many rules officials, people you can discuss rules with and so forth. So I'm trying to do this on my own. Now, can you send me something, maybe some quiz with no answers or whatever, give me a guideline. He says, do you have a business card? I said, yes. I gave it to him. 3 weeks' time, I get a post from Royal and Ancient, videotapes. You know those videotapes, exactly the exam the way we wrote it. You know, but then, you know, how you get a relief from a young tree, nearest point of relief, 1 club length, you can't cross over or under, which today you can cross over or under an obstruction. At that time, you could not. I went on and I studied this. Studied that cassettes, video cassettes, and the book, video cassettes and the book. Then they came out in 1996. I was the first person to finish the exam. While people were still struggling there, I was having tea and biscuits.